creative ideas are born out of constraints. What's the deadline? What's the message? And of course, the biggest constraint of all, what's the budget? We're Wistia, and we challenge one of the best video production agencies in LA to make 3 versions of the same video. One for $1,000, one for $10,000, and one video for $100,000. This is 1-10-100.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hi. The line is, I'm Trevor.
Thank you. Got it now.
Hi, I'm Dan.
I'm Trevor.
And I'm Chris. We work for a video software company called Wistia, based in this building here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We make software that helps businesses create, manage, share, and measure video content. This is our engineering team. This is our support team. Say hello. And this is the video team. Yep, it's just us.
We're a 3-person team with some essential video gear, a modest production budget, and a can-do attitude. Yet somehow, over the last 7 years, we've managed to make over 1,700 videos to help promote Wistia.
Have we learned a lot? Sure. Is there stuff we don't know? Oh, absolutely. We know next to nothing about bigger budget videos like this.
This is a camera. This is Boost.
This is the automatic portal. This is what you order. This is a coin.
This is the June intelligence.
This is Fracture.
Wow.
Look, it's not like we haven't tried. Last year, we got a few projects approved with a $10,000 budget. We rented fancier cameras and lenses, booked a studio, and even worked with a lighting director. The videos came out cool, but they still didn't make us say, wow.
So what's the difference? What do we need to make a slick video like that? Do we need better ideas, or do we need more money? And if we had more money, would we have better ideas? We had to know. So we came up with a little experiment. Let's challenge a video agency to make 3 videos. One for $1,000, one for $10,000, and one for $100,000. But here's the catch. Each video has to do the same thing. Promote Wistia's new product, Soapbox. 1-10-100. Is this gonna work? I don't know. But one way or another, we're gonna find out how the creative process changes as budgets increase.
First things first, we had to get the right agency to work with on this project, and we already knew who that was. Sandwich Video. Sandwich Video is an internet and television production company from LA who have made tons of videos for products just like Soapbox.
Fast Company called them the premier producer of online product videos for web services and tech gadgets. Companies like Square, Airbnb, Lyft, Slack, eBay, Warby Parker, Sandwich is the real deal.
But that's not the only reason we wanted to work with them. Their work is super creative, it's funny, and most importantly, it's rooted in the DIY video world that we know and love.
Because you're a thinker, a tastemaker, and a very important business person.
That's Adam Lizagore, founder of Sandwich Video. Adam made his first commercial back in 2009 on a shoestring budget for an app called Birdhouse. Fast forward a few years, and Adam's company is now working with larger clients and larger budgets, a real powerhouse creative agency.
Not bad.
So in 2017, while Adam was in town for Wistia Fest, we pitched him on our little 1-10-100 project, and he was in.
I mean, I was on the first phone call, and my mind was just exploding with rainbows and unicorns because I was so happy about the idea.
Hello, this is Sandwich.
Hi.
Oh, it's so nice to hear from you guys.
To kick off the project, we hopped on a conference call to hear Sandwich pitch their idea for the 3 videos.
So this will be sort of a relatively informal pitch.
It was pretty in-depth. So, for the sake of time and using the power of animation, here's a condensed version of the pitch from Adam himself.
This is Adam's paraphrased pitch voiceover script. Our little trilogy of budgets will be something like Russian nesting dolls. Each video can stand on its own, but they also fit together into something greater than the sum of its parts. The main character of every video will be Sandwich, and each video will tell the story of how we use Soapbox at our company. The $1,000 video will center around Claude and how he uses Soapbox to pitch creative concepts to clients. It'll be shot using an iPhone and Soapbox. No lighting, no crew. The $10,000 budget will be a bigger, fuller, how it works video featuring a wider range of voices and perspectives. This time, the whole Sandwich team is talking about how we use Soapbox. We'll use a real video camera and a skeleton production crew to create a more polished looking video. And the $100,000 video will essentially be an over-the-top version of the $10,000 video. We'll shoot with a full crew and the best production gear. The final product will have a glossy commercial look where everything feels a little too perfect. We'll have a custom composed orchestral score, a buzzword-heavy script, and devastatingly attractive actors playing sandwich employees. It's going to be great.
And each of these three units, these three videos at the separate budget levels, will exist on its own. If you wanted to share one with your audience, you could do that, and it would tell the story.
We loved the pitch. So after a couple of questions,
Are we using it for Claude to present material to the office? Or are we using it for Claude to sell somebody on the idea?
and a few outbursts of joyous laughter, we gave them the green light.
With the concept locked and the production schedule on the calendar, Sandwich was ready to roll on the soapbox ads. That part was figured out.
But we still had to make a plan for shooting this whole documentary series thing. You know, this video, the one you're watching right now.
So we booked our flights, found a reasonably priced Airbnb, and started packing.
Now, LA is known for its warm weather, but at night it can get a little chilly. That's why I think it's important that you pack yourself a light jacket in case you...
Dan, I meant packing the video gear.
Of course, the camera gear.
Traveling with camera gear? I got 2 words for you. Pack light. Identify the video gear you absolutely need to get the job done, then throw in some gear that'll play to your creative strengths. I'm taking the Canon C200 as our A cam, the XC15 as our B cam, and a 5D Mark IV for stills. And for some stylistic flair, I'm bringing an Osmo stabilized camera, a GoPro, and my DV camcorder from 2003. All very small cameras. We're shooting run and gun, so I whittled our lens package down to the 16-35, 24-70, and 70-200, and threw in a couple fixed lenses like the 24, 35, and 50mm. These Westcott Flex LED lights travel well. I packed 2 lights and 2 stands. I brought 2 tripods, a monopod, and a basic audio package consisting of an ME66 shotgun mic and boom pole, grip head, and light stand to put it all on. You gotta carry on that camera bag. The last thing you want is to check a bag and show up with a busted lens. We were able to fit just about all of our camera stuff into this Lowell backpack and stuck everything else into this rolling bag. I really, really love this thing. If you're traveling with gear, you should get one too. All right, the video gear is good to go. Dan is locked in on bringing a light jacket just in case. LA, here we come. Meet Sandwich Video. This is Adam.
My name is Adam Lissigor.
You already know him. This is Lauren.
Oh, it's, my name is Lauren.
This is JP, Jordan, Jenny, Mike, and this is Claude.
So I'm gonna be directing the $1,000 video.
Claude ended up starring in and directing all 3 soapbox videos, which is awesome because he has experience in all 3 budgets. But he's so in his element when it's just run and gun shooting.
I'm so in my element when it's just run and gun shooting. I find that so liberating because if you need to shoot something again, you just can. You don't have to wait for the AD to call everyone to do their things. And you know, when it's just $1,000 and it's you and a couple other people making something, it's pretty fun.
Well, that sounds familiar. I mean, that's our specialty. But we were curious what sort of differences were in store when the budgets increased.
Well, as a director, having a bigger budget means that you're afforded more options in the shoot, right? So if you have a bigger budget, that means that you can use a nicer camera and, oh, this place that looks really cool but has no lighting, you can light in a way that makes it look wonderful. Having a smaller budget, though, I think what that affords you is the ability to take a step back and really think about what are the things you need to tell that story.
Sometimes that is the fun version of what we do. That is the most fun challenge, is to do it with the constraint of $0 or you know, essentially next to $0.
I would say honestly, some of the most creative stuff I've done has been with the smallest budget.
The 1K video will center around Claude and how he uses Soapbox to pitch creative concepts to Sandwich's clients. It'll be shot using an iPhone and Soapbox. no lighting, and no crew. Now remember, Sandwich is an operating video agency with clients and deadlines. With $1,000 in the budget, they can't afford to have the whole team on this project. They needed one person who could write, act, and shoot the video themselves, Claude. So when you think about it, the entire creative concept for this video, Claude showing how he uses Soapbox, stems from this budget constraint.
Okay, so I wrote something that takes place in an apartment. Where do I get an apartment? Okay, I have an apartment. Okay, but it looks like my apartment. I need to make it not look like my apartment. So at this point, you're basically just like workshopping your way out of all of these problems, and that can be really fun. That kind of challenge.
So if you're making a video on a tight budget, don't get frustrated. Just start by figuring out everything you cannot afford, and those limitations will guide you to a creative idea. Like a beacon of light, like a map, like a mountain guide, climbing you to the top of your creative concept.
All right, we got it. Okay, time for a budget breakdown. $1,000 doesn't seem like much, but Sandwich is ready to put it to good use. An iPhone tripod adapter is $30. $150 buys a decent budget tripod. $250 is being allocated to rent professional audio gear. Glitter, poster board, props will cost around $75. $300 is reserved for music licensing and post-production expenses, and whatever's left over is going towards food for Claude and the co-workers who are lending a hand.
Having a big budget can often make you a pretty lazy filmmaker because you're just like, oh, well, we know we're gonna shoot here and we have all the resources we need, so let's just go and do it. When you really have to take a step back and think about what you're doing, that's when you realize, oh, okay, wait, this line isn't actually that necessary. Let's get rid of it and let's focus on this line and this character and this point of view. It makes maybe a video that doesn't look as polished, but is much more compelling to watch. Right.
The 1K video was pretty bare bones. You had Claude, who was shooting, directing, and acting in the video, and then basically anyone he could convince to help him. In this case, it was Jenny on sound.
I'm one of the assistant editors.
And Mike as a camera operator, production designer, and assistant director.
I've got a future, I think. It's not just spreadsheets and emails.
Before anyone clicked record, there was a lot of furniture that was shuffling around the Sandwich office.
You got it, 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 you got it.
Production design was officially underway.
Did somebody say production design? Hi, I'm Trevor, and I would love to talk to you about production design. Now you're probably wondering, what's production design? Glad you asked. It's dressing the set to make it look good on camera. Now it may not look like Claude is doing all that much here, but a little tidying can make a big difference in your video. See this messy desk? Now look at it. Crooked picture frame? Straighten it. Dog in the shot? Get him out of there. Let's take a look at a scene from the 1K video. It's a little more planned out than you think. I'll break it down.
It's not good.
And for this part,
This retro TV is not here on accident. It adds some video-related personality to the shot. This plant in the foreground brings color to the scene and makes it feel homey. And this picture frame back here gives the shot some depth and makes it feel less empty. Oh, but we got a messy court situation. Rookie mistake. For the 1K video, Sandwich couldn't afford to have people specifically devoted to production design, which means a lot of you folks watching at home might not either. It all boils down to this. If you take a minute to clean up your shot and pay attention to the small stuff, it'll go a long way towards making your video look more professional.
Oh, he's about to do it.
hey guys, my name's Claude. I work for, oh God, what is that in my nose? And cut.
Great first take.
Love it!
Now, even though Claude and his ragtag team had officially started production, with no budget for location, the rest of the Sandwich office continued to function as normal. Claude dealt with interruptions from his boss, Adam.
Have you ever seen this app? I haven't used it in so long.
And terrible floor creaks from people upstairs.
Called Soapbox. Let's cut. Who wants to be the one that is the bad news messenger?
Yep. It's just funny, like, I'm sure this right here is like so loud down there. It's so creaky, it's really bad.
These kind of distractions are the reality of shooting in your own office, and it's something that we've had to deal with here at Wistia, too. Detailed analytics.
I'm so sorry. There's not really a ton to take away from this, but we found over the years that if you're gonna shoot a video, just plan ahead and let everyone in the office know. That way, you don't have to go politely yell at everyone like Mike had to do.
So, for the $1,000 video, we figured it's probably best not to spend $1,000 on a camera. So we're just using the camera that we always have, which is our phone camera.
The number one thing that makes the $1,000 video possible is the iPhone.
I'm lucky in that I have just got the iPhone 10, so quality is going to be pretty good.
I've been praising the iPhone video camera since the days of the 4S.
The iPhone camera by itself is pretty amazing.
The iPhone looks great in natural light. You can get some amazing shots in slow motion on your iPhone. The iPhone is a godsend for low-budget filmmaking, and I want to point out just a couple things that Claude's doing to get his footage looking even better. And what the heck? We'll shoot on an iPhone as well. Looks pretty good, huh? First things first, Claude is using a tripod adapter for his phone.
So this thing that I'm using right here is called the Glyph. It's just a tripod mount for your smartphone.
That adapter's okay, but I'm partial to the Mi Photo Sidekick 360. It's about $30 and lets you mount your phone in landscape or portrait. Lock the exposure and focus before you start recording. For even more control, channel your inner Claude and download a video recording app like Filmic Pro. This app gave Claude a ton of control over the camera color, focus, and brightness during the shoot. Now, I'm not sure if Claude did this, but to get the footage into a video editor, airdrop your videos to your Mac. Or for larger batches, use a charging cord and transfer them over image capture. Okay, back to the C200. And let's check back in on Claude in the 1K shoot.
Okay, so Mike, our first shot is just going to be right here. Actually, that's a question for Adam, maybe? So can we use our shotgun mic upstairs?
Mike says no.
I don't think a normal $1,000 video has access to the kind of media equipment.
Did you hear that?
I don't think a normal $1,000 video has access to the kind of media equipment.
Sandwich is basically trying to decide if they're cheating.
Well, hold up, because it was the first piece of equipment that I ever bought.
I mean, yeah, the annoying thing is it's Adam's shotgun mic from the 70s.
No, from easily like 2008 though.
But I don't think that sound technology has changed that much.
It hasn't. It's not an expensive shotgun mic. We should use it.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna use a shotgun mic. Sorry, Mike.
No, sorry.
The equipment in question is only about $250 to rent, and it's what we refer to as the quintessential audio package.
Quintessential audio package. I remember when I bought mine. Shotgun microphone, boom pole, sound recorder. What more do you need? Let's break it down. A shotgun microphone focuses like a laser on whatever it's pointed at.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was the bear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy.
Was he?
You decide. It often comes with a shock mount to avoid low-end rattle noises and screws onto an adjustable boom pole. The mic gets plugged into a sound recording device with an XLR cable. Here we have the widely adopted Zoom H5 recorder. This lets you control the levels of the microphone and monitor the sound with headphones. To purchase this setup, you're looking at around $1,000, which, yes, is the cost of this entire video. But in this day and age, there's always a cheaper option. You can pick up a Rode SmartLav microphone for around $80. It sounds pretty good and is great if you're shooting alone like Claude. In place of an external sound recorder like the Zoom, you can buy a $30 microphone adapter to record audio straight into your phone. You want to go cheaper? Okay. Borrow a friend's iPhone and use that as the microphone. Use a clip and a broomstick to place the phone just outside of the shot, and use the voice memo app to record sound. As someone told me early in my career, a good audio package will last a lifetime. And in the case of Adam's microphone from 2008, it's the mic that keeps on giving.
I brought you these things.
Okay. Oh, cool. The best course of actioning one of these. Yeah, it's doing something. We're good. Yep.
Camera rolling.
Hi everyone, I'm Claude. I work for, oh my god, what is in my nose? Let's cut and let's move on. The thing I can't stress enough is that with $1,000 and with you just doing stuff, you can shoot on Monday and on Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday and on Friday until you have everything working the way you want it.
And that's exactly what he did, which is why we actually don't have a ton of footage of Claude filming the 1K shoot, aside from him and the team rigging up a poster board as a light bounce.
We use it instead of a sandbag, which we can't afford, we're using a massage ball. This guy right here.
Riveting stuff. Luckily, Claude was kind enough to fill in the gaps by walking us through some of his production setups using Soapbox.
Soapbox, available now at wistia.com/soapbox.
Hi there, I'm Claude. I'm the director. With $1,000, you don't have a lot of money, and so instead of spending all the money on a nice camera, figured we'd just use the camera that we all have, and that's our phone. So I used my iPhone 10. It has dual lens setup, which is nice. So for sound, I used something called the Sennheiser Clip Mic Digital, and the sound turned out pretty good. It keeps the mic really close to you. You just clip it in under your shirt. There's actually a bunch of shots in the soapbox. Let's see if I can find one. I think I did a really good job hiding it. Okay, but here we go. So you can see it right here. I just have the end of the clip mic. Didn't really have a lot of opportunities to put up nice lights and make this super, well lit. What we did right here actually is just used a white bounce card, and I think we actually bought a poster board from Office Depot. Just put it to the left of me, which is the right of this frame, and bounced up a little light.
So how did Claude edit this whole thing together? Well, he used Adobe Premiere Pro, which is pretty much the standard for video editing. The subscription costs about $20 a month and is great for beginners or the most advanced filmmakers. Here's a look at his timeline. To keep the edit simple, Claude limited the amount of effects he would do in post-production. He used glitter and a Sharpie instead of designing text in Photoshop. He shot the laptop instead of superimposing screencasts. And he made a logo out of construction paper instead of animating one. Adorable. All this stuff added up to keep the editing workflow simple and more efficient.
Last thing I want to talk about real quick is the music. I actually got the music from a website called Pond5. I just searched playful and quirky. Quirky, those were the two adjectives I wanted to start with, and I always go with these gold tracks here. They're the select tracks, which means that they're a little bit better than some of the other, stock music choices. There's tons of stock music resources out there on the internet. You can Google them just off the top of my head. There's Premium Beat, Audio Socket, Audio Jungle, Marmoset. There's a whole bunch of different stock music tracks.
In essence, though, Claude used post-production at its most basic function: cutting clips together, controlling the pace of the video, and adding some music.
I think my favorite sequence that I edited was this little, behind the scenes Claude making a soapbox montage. It was a lot of fun to shoot things and be this constrained. I love doing things like these little construction paper, this is a stop motion animation of a clock. This was someone pulling a little piece of paper that slid through these two little divots in a piece of paper. This is floss and a little arrow pointer. Super fun, super simple. A lot of fun. Anyway, I hope that answered any questions you have. Goodbye.
Everybody's ready? All right, here it is, the $1,000 soapbox video.
I'm Claude. I work at a little company called Sandwich Video. We make commercials, like this, like what you're watching right now.
Part of my job is pitching video ideas to our clients.
Wave if you can hear me. I can't hear. To be honest, my pitches were a little not good. The camera's in front of you, sir.
And so I've started using this incredible tool called Soapbox. Soapbox is a Chrome extension that lets me record my desktop and my webcam at the same time. I use it for presentations, but you can use it for just about anything. Demos, music videos, tutorials about music video demos. Go nuts.
Watch me make a soapbox presentation for one of our clients, the Barnacle Bidet.
Behind the scenes, Claude Soapbox, Marker.
Hey Barnacle. Internet toiletry is a really exciting space to be in.
This is Dennis, and this is Latrice. Thank you, Barnacle. Okay, nailed it. Now I can choose exactly what will appear and when. Just my face here, for example. It's not good. And for this part, maybe both my beautiful slides and my beautiful face.
We want to interview people as they are experiencing the Barnacle Smart Bidet.
Beautiful. Soapbox also lets me customize my
Claude, can you do that somewhere else for shooting a video here?
Soapbox also lets me customize my video. I can change the player color, choose a video thumbnail, and even include a link at the end. And when it's all good to go, I can share it with our client with just a click. Someone's in here! Once my video's out in the world, I can check the activity feed. Soapbox tells me exactly when someone's watched it, how much they've watched, and if they've clicked the link.
They click the link.
So that's Soapbox from Wistia, the easiest way to make a great video. Like this one. Nailed it.
I can't believe they pulled that off at $1,000.
I think the DIY vibe is actually a good match for the Soapbox brand.
Wow. Carrie, did you like the video? I think she liked it. She's speechless.
In this video, Sandwich showed us what can be accomplished with some clever writing, a scrappy production team, and a creative mind. No clapboard, construction paper. No money for motion graphics, popsicle sticks, and glitter. No actors, then write a script with your voice in mind.
But I can't always do it in person, so I've started using this incredible tool called Soapbox.
Yeah, how much do you save me? Wait, is it red is recording, right? Yeah. Oh, we got a big truck coming.
Claude mainly works on big budget videos, and we thought $1,000 would limit what he's capable of as a creator. But instead, he got scrappy. He took every opportunity he could to make each shot as fun and delightful as it could be, and it definitely added up in the end.
I think like I have it in my head now that you can only do things with more than $10,000, right? And so what worked really well for me was that that given a good script and a camera, you could actually make a compelling and interesting video. It's kind of made me reframe in my head what you really need to tell a good story and you know, put out a good video. And so now I'm only going to be directing $1,000 videos.
We got some sun today. There's our Airbnb. And there's the Hollywood sign right there. Ah, sunny LA.
In order to avoid another red eye, we convinced Sandwich to shoot the 1K and 10K videos in the same week. So, fresh off a day of watching Claude fumble around with an iPhone,
How do I record it? Did you just press this button? Yeah.
they started gearing up for the 10K video shoot.
Now the 10K video continues the 1K concept, but from a different angle. It's a bigger, fuller How It Works video, featuring a wider range of voices and perspectives. So instead of just Claude, this time the whole Sandwich team is talking about how they use Soapbox.
$10,000 video, a little bit more nerve-wracking because now you're scaling up a little bit where you have these different people with their roles, but all those people don't have the budget that they'd like to get certain things. So there's a lot of concessions, you know. Does the light look good over here? Do we need to move this shot over here? Can we do this in the amount of time that we need?
Now $10,000 is not a ton of money, but it is enough to get some real gear and some people who know how to use it. And for Sandwich, a video agency with a strong network in LA, $10,000 goes a long way.
Okay, time for a budget breakdown. Where is the money going? $3,800 is being allocated to the crew. This includes 7 production heads and a production assistant. To keep talent costs at zero, Sandwich employees will be acting in the video. An additional $931 is for fees associated with the crew, including payroll taxes and workman's comp. $2,230 is being spent on gear rentals, props, and hair and makeup supplies. $480 is allocated to meals and on-set snacks. $150 for crew parking, Finally, $2,400 is going straight towards post-production equipment, media storage, and music licensing.
Yeah, the ideal like face shaping light is usually like kind of far side, so the light's coming from this way. You're talking to somebody off.
I'm talking into the like eyesight camera on the laptop.
Like he's using it for his laptop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the laptop's just like in front of you. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, here's something we've never done. The 10K video started out with a thorough tech scout. The tech scout is a walkthrough of the shoot locations with key members of the crew, like Allie the production designer, Claude the director, and Megan the cinematographer.
Yeah, my name is Megan Stacy, and I'm the cinematographer.
To prepare for the shoot, Megan walked around the tech scout with Claude using an interesting app on her phone called Artemis.
So it's a viewfinder app basically where you can program in different cameras, you know, whatever camera you're gonna use, whatever set of lenses you're gonna use.
They use the pictures from the tech scout as reference on the master schedule. This helps the rest of the crew visualize each scene that needs to get filmed on the shoot day.
After we do the scout, take a bunch of pictures on Artemis, we compile them all into a schedule so everyone can see every single shot that we're gonna do and what the general framing is gonna be, so we're all on the same page.
Rather than wasting time figuring out shots on the shoot day, the team took the time they needed to figure out how each shot should be framed.
One thing that we will have to shoot at the same time is there's that interaction of me in the $1,000 video and me in the $10,000 video with Adam. So this is scene 10, right? Bottom of page 4. I always think it's really important to have everyone on the same page. Every minute that you have with your creative team is so important and so precious. So meeting with Megan and meeting with Ryan today. Megan is our director of photography, Ryan is our first AD. Getting them on the same page is super important, knowing where we're gonna shoot, at what time we're gonna shoot, who we're gonna shoot, because if you're on set and all of a sudden these things spring up, you can be set back an hour to an hour and a half, and then all of a sudden your day is shot, and that's never fun.
With the tech scout done and a 6:30 a.m. call time, we had to make sure we had breakfast in our Airbnb. Oh, 365 Whole Foods.
What's that?
I don't know, I've never seen that.
Oh, you must be excited.
We gotta check it out, that's it.
It's 5:15. It looks like a good breakfast.
It's some eggs, lettuce, toast, strawberries.
Got the big shoot today. I gotta eat.
Navigate to Sandwich Video, Los Angeles. That is not
Asian sandwich sounds good.
Okay, compared to the $1,000 video, it became very clear that $10,000 affords you two things: more people and way better gear.
Let's talk about the gear.
Let's talk about the gear.
Let's talk about the gear. Sandwich is shooting on a Canon C300 cinema camera, the big brother to the C200 we used back at Wistia. You can rent a C300 for around $750 a day, which is a great use of money if you're making a video with a $10,000 budget. These cameras capture a beautiful image with all the amenities you'd expect from a professional cine camera. We're talking XLR inputs, high bitrate recording formats, and a variety of lens mounts. Now for lenses, Sandwich is using a Zeiss CinePrime lens kit. Zeiss lenses are known for their sharpness and perfect color rendition. We use Sigma and Canon lenses back at Wistia, which pale in comparison. This was shot with the C300 and Zeiss lenses. It's beautiful, what a shot! $10,000 also allows Sandwich to use one of the most powerful tools in filmmaking: lights. Their lighting equipment was pretty low-key, consisting of a couple of bicolor LED light mats and some basic ARRI lights. This modest set of lights helped complement the beautiful, natural light pouring in from the windows in the morning and battle the changing of light throughout the day. Check out how consistent and natural the lighting looks in all these 10K video shots, compared with the lighting in the 1K video, which was a little all over the place. And as to be expected, the 10K audio package took a big step forward. Look at all this stuff. Shotgun microphones, professional wireless lavs, high-end microphone preamps, and a multi-channel digital recorder to boot.
I use it for presentations, but you can use it for just about anything.
I use it to show my fans how to save their cupcakes in the cloud, which is a real thing and not made up.
You do not have to be an audio engineer to hear that difference in sound quality.
As much as we'd love to tell you that you can rent all that gear and make a better looking video, it's not true. Because it's not the gear, it's the people.
It's not the wrench, it's the mechanic.
It's not the bow and arrow, it's the archer.
So, with $10,000, Sandwich was smart to allocate a large portion of the budget to the crew. Let's meet them. We have Megan, our director of photography, a gaffer, a key grip, a sound mixer, a hair and makeup artist, a first AD, that's the first assistant director, a production designer, a production assistant, Jordan, a producer from Sandwich, and of course, Claude, the director.
Each member of the 10K crew had one thing they were responsible for, and they were responsible for making it great. So once everyone had a schedule, they just started working.
As a filmmaker, your network is sort of everything. So, we have our crew that at $10,000, they're lean, they work fast, they know the gear so that they can come in and work quickly.
One person in particular was super busy right off the bat, and that person was the production designer.
Did someone say production design? For the 10K video, Sandwich hired someone to be completely devoted to the look of the set. This is Allie. She's the production designer.
Yeah, my name's Allie Rutenfeld. I'm a production designer.
Production design played a much larger role in the 10K video than it did in the 1K.
Since we're using the office as is and we're kind of trying to, use it as a sandwich, it's mostly just moving things around here to make it look best for frame and, providing Claude with a couple of props that he needs.
Instead of rearranging every square inch of the Sandwich office, Allie stayed focused on designing for only what the camera sees. Here, let me give you an example. Look at this mess. It's not a problem because it's out of the frame of the video. Although, technically, now it's in the video. One thing I love was this picture hanging tip.
Basket tape picture hangers. It's a great idea.
Is this an Alley exclusive or what?
No, this is an art department secret. Because we can't ruin walls a lot of times when we film places, so we use these command hooks, and then the blue tape just holds them on, extra secure.
Allie had sticky strips to hang pictures anywhere she wanted to in the frame. They were super easy to move around and get them exactly where she wanted. Let's break down a shot. Here we are in the kitchen, and it's a lot more planned out than you think. These picture frames make it feel homey, like you're in Margot's kitchen, as opposed to Sandwich's office where it actually was. The bowl of fruit Allie bought from the supermarket is a nice touch. I bet you didn't even notice it, huh? All this baking stuff blurred in the foreground makes it feel like a real functioning kitchen. Allie's attention to detail had a huge impact on the outcome of the video.
Sandwich video.
Kevin.
Come on up.
I'm Kevin. Aside from making t-shirts, I'm the sound mixer on set, so I record all the sound that you hear on the commercial. So with all this stuff right here.
Is all this stuff yours?
Yes. Yeah, I've been collecting it. Some people like to collect things like Hummel figures. I collect just thousands of dollars worth of sound equipment. So yeah, this is a mixer, and then we use these cool fins here to pick up the microphone that's sitting on that big stand precariously up over there. And then Adam has a microphone hidden underneath his shirt, and it all records wirelessly onto this rig.
Even if you have the money to hire someone, I can tell you firsthand, it is really hard to find people that you trust and like to work with. Sandwich has clearly put in the effort to build up their network of freelancers, and it was so cool to see firsthand what an impact that can have on a video.
We do have an amazing network of people that we work with, professionals that are just, the best in the business. We cultivate an environment or a culture on our sets that everybody's having a great time. They're there to do what they love. It is still work, but it doesn't feel like work.
The $10,000 shoot, we call in some favors. It's still kind of a close-knit group. Everyone's doing multiple things, so it feels like we're all in this together.
We're adults and we're all getting paid to be here, but we're playing with toys and we're making make-believe. And it's amazing. It's amazing that we still get to do that. It's the best job in the world.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds.
Marker.
And action.
I'm Adam. I run a little company called Sandwich Video. We make commercials.
That was great. Let's try one where you put an emphasis on always, for we can't always pitch in person.
Can't always, okay.
More people on set meant more eyes on the monitor, each person paying close attention to what they're responsible for in the production.
Hey, why don't we have a monitor?
Yeah, it did seem pretty important on those sandwich shoots.
That's it, we're buying a monitor. All right, back to the sandwich shoot.
Great, cut. Okay, let's move on. That's a wrap on Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. We're out of the kitchen.
All right, we're gonna see how long it takes them to get to this next shot. They just finished wrapping, so we're gonna start this clock starting now.
Everybody, watch your eyes, shrinking.
All this attention to detail does have some downsides. It took way more time for the crew to switch scenes and get set up for a new shot. All right, we're at 20 minutes. They're still setting up. They're almost ready to start rolling, so we'll keep checking back in.
Good.
Good.
Go ahead and roll.
Sound speed.
Camera speeds.
All right, 29 minutes, 35 seconds.
With a small crew, you're agile. You can be more creative on the day to decide, no, I want to shoot it like this. I want to shoot it like that. When you have a bigger budget, you're just not able to work off the fly in the same way.
So, there seems to be a lot of on-set vocabulary going on with the crew.
Yeah, that's right.
Would you mind defining some of it for me?
I'll do my best.
What is speed?
Camera and sound are rolling.
Lock off.
Camera doesn't move.
Back to 1.
Reset to the beginning.
Dirty in the frame.
Piece of foreground.
10-1.
Pee-pee.
10-2.
I think you know.
Lock off.
It's poo-poo. Sorry.
Striking.
Turn on or off.
C-47.
Clothespin.
Abby Singer.
Second to last shot of the day.
Apple box.
Wooden box you put stuff on.
Chicago.
Sideways apple box.
Points.
Pokey stuff coming through.
Sides.
Tiny script.
Lavalier.
Tiny microphone.
Hi-hat.
Tiny tripod.
Pony.
Tiny horse. Well played.
Slate jam.
Sync the camera with the slate.
Scotch.
A titch.
What's a titch?
A little bit.
Why do you know all this stuff?
I'm a kid. That's my job.
Working on a video set is demanding. It's a long day. You're either running at 100 miles an hour getting set up for a shot, or waiting around watching the talent read lines.
Change the player color, choose a thumbnail.
Remake video. I use it to show my fans the cupcakes in the cloud.
Really nice. One more like that.
How you feel, Chris?
Great. Tired though. Okay, I'm awake now and I want to talk about video lighting because nice lighting can make all the difference. For the 1K video, Claude had no lighting, so he had to work with whatever light he could find. Window light inside, sunlight outside, and bathroom light in the bathroom. But with the $10,000 budget, Claude could have way more control over the light for each scene. This opened the door creatively. Claude could choose shot locations with a lot more intention and in more locations throughout the office. The 10K lighting team was made up of Juan and Billy. They moved from scene to scene, rigging up lights and running extension cords, working closely with Megan to achieve the look she had in mind. The gear was minimal. They basically used 2 large LED light mats and a roll of diffusion paper.
Oh, is that 251? Oh, 251, so it's quarter white diffusion. It's just like these like little LEDs, just sometimes just a little too hard just with the diff that comes with them on it. And for extra softness, you want to increase the size of the source. So we put the 251 in front of it to just increase the overall size and make it a more pretty light.
I kicked myself for not knowing about this 251 quarter white trick for the last 10 years of my life. But we're using it now and will be for the rest of our careers. Claude,
For the $10,000 video, the unsung hero would probably be Megan, our DP. When we had our C300 and we had our office and very limited lights, she was able to take that and make something that looked both visually interesting and also she just made the day fun, right? She didn't stress anyone out, and I feel like you can get people who are super focused on gear and kind of miss the forest for the trees a little bit. And she knew what we were going into. She knew that we had a more expensive video up ahead, and she's like, cool, let's embrace this and make something great.
Kind words from Claude, who was no slouch either. The director role seemed incredibly challenging. He had the entire weight of the video on his shoulders, and if anyone needed a decision to make, it was on Claude.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Nothing, I'm just tired. I'm doing great.
Hey, Claude.
Nothing to see here.
Did you bring a bag today?
By the end of the shoot day, Claude was a tired boy.
I'm pretty tired. You think that film shoots, if you've never been on like a film set, you think it's like the most exciting thing, and then you're on a film set and it's a lot of waiting around for things to happen. So I'm exhausted.
So you're also using your brain like in a lot of different
You could also say it's that I'm making a lot of decisions on the day of, which happens when you don't have a lot of money because you have to improvise a lot of last minute decisions.
Speaking
so
do you want me to be in this?
Yeah, we're gonna use the back of your head. Perfect.
Did we wear a different shirt then than I was wearing before?
Yeah.
Cool, I had those two.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you just nailed something that's so crucial to anybody trying to make video either professionally or non-professionally, which is that you have to know about post. You have to embrace it as a creative tool. You have to embrace it as part of your authorial process, not just the editorial process.
I feel like when you shoot a video, any video, you're really constantly making mistakes. And in post-production, you're fixing those mistakes until you have something that's really nice. Bigger the budget, the more opportunity you have to, fix those problems.
With a $10,000 budget, Sandwich could spend way more time in post-production. And once again, Claude was kind enough to walk us through the edit using Soapbox.
Soapbox, available now at Wistia.com/soapbox.
Hey everyone, it's me, Claude, here to talk about the 10K Soapbox edit. So let's talk about selecting great takes. What we're essentially looking for are a few things. Does it catch your eye? Does it read as authentic? And will it work in the cut for continuity?
Okay, quick show of hands. Who here watched my latest Soapbox video? Interesting. Some of you are lying to my face right now.
One of the things is that Adam tried different reads. Some were drier, some were more animated. Here's a dry version, a dry read.
Interesting. Some of you are lying to my face right now.
And so when we put that in the edit, it didn't feel right. It was a little too stiff. The comedy didn't come through. Here's another version, and this one's pretty obvious. Sometimes you just screw up the line.
Interesting. Somebody.
And then finally, you have the one that we chose.
Interesting. Some of you are lying to my face right now.
So the reason I like this shot, a couple of reasons. One is the way that he says interesting is, for lack of a better word, interesting. Also, when he looks away, I think it adds to the comedy where he's avoiding eye contact with everyone.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Not too different than the 1K video, using the basic functions of a video editor to sort footage and find the best takes. But with the extra money in the budget, Sandwich was able to go a few levels deeper with the 10K edit.
Okay, color grading. So I pulled three shots here. And what's nice about this is these are the shots that came out of the camera without any changes to them. And so let me enable, and you can off the bat already see a couple of things, right? There's more contrast to the frame. Things are looking a little bit whiter. This one's even more dramatic. And then over here, let me toggle on and off. You can see there's even more green taken out of my face. Yeah.
Now, if you were paying close attention to the footage of the 10K production, you may have noticed this. What in the world is this green screen doing on the laptop? Where's Soapbox? We asked Zach, head of post-production at Sandwich, to elaborate.
At Sandwich Video, we shoot a lot of screens, laptops, cell phones, iPads. Typically, a way that allows us to have the most flexibility in post is if we shoot the screens on green and then replace green with whatever the content is. Green will usually allow you to keep reflections and everything. It'll make the screen look a lot more realistic.
Replacing the screen in post gave Sandwich the chance to get high-resolution soapbox assets from our design team. These crisp product shots, mixed with some subtle animations, really helps the viewer understand exactly what Soapbox does.
Okay, so music. For the 10K video, we went with a slightly higher quality music licensing company called Audio Network. What's nice about them is that they actually use real instruments in some of their recordings as opposed to just software instruments. And so we found a great orchestral recording that fit really nicely. It costs quite a bit more to license it, over the $20 that it cost us to buy the electronic track, but you can tell the difference, and it makes everything feel more refined.
Better music, better looking colors, combine that with all the upgraded production elements, and this $10,000 video is looking pretty good.
Are you ready? Here it is, the $10,000 soapbox video.
I'm Adam. I run a little company called Sandwich Video. We make commercials. A big part of our job is pitching ideas to our clients, which is where Claude comes in. We can't always be there in person.
I thought that pitch was a Skype interview, so I didn't wear pants.
So Claude has started making video presentations, and he uses this incredible tool called Soapbox. Soapbox is a Chrome extension that lets you record your webcam and your screen at the same time, which makes it perfect for what we do.
It's perfect for anyone who needs an easy way to make a video. I use it to show my fans how to save their cupcakes in the cloud, which is a real thing and not made up.
Back before Soapbox, Claude's pitches were a little, what's the word? Not good.
But now, his videos are sleek, polished, and powerfully effective.
Okay, so here's our idea for Thrift Cat. How's it going, Yodel Box? Hey, Jazz Feet. How can we teach our feet till then? That's when we see Randy, the scale monster.
With Soapbox, I can record myself with the front-facing camera while running through my presentation at the same time. Once you capture your footage, you can choose exactly what will appear and when. Maybe just your face in the beginning. And then use split screen to show both you and your screen capture at the same time. And you can totally customize the video. Change the player color, choose a thumbnail, embed a link.
And once your video is out in the world, you can check the activity feed. Soapbox tells you exactly when someone watched it, how much they watched, and if they clicked the link. Okay, quick show of hands. Who here watched my latest Soapbox video?
Interesting. Some of you are lying to my face right now.
This is Dennis. This is Latrice.
Claude, can you do that somewhere else, buddy? We're kind of making a video here.
I mean, yeah, so am I.
Okay.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the bathroom.
And that's Soapbox. It's from the good people at Wistia. It really is the easiest way to make a great video. So how was that? Feel pretty good about it?
I've seen worse.
Uh-huh.
$10,000 video looked a lot more polished to me.
Now that was a video.
That actually reminded me of the videos we make here at Wistia.
I really liked the story arc of it all. I felt like the pacing was just really good.
You know, Jack White's creative philosophy is all about minimalism. So it's like if you have every color of the rainbow to paint with, then you're actually going to be less creative. Because you just have too many options, and that's like just mentally limiting. But if you limit yourself, you only give yourself several tools to work with, and you set rules, then you actually become a more creative problem solver, and your work grows.
I've been saying that since day one.
Yeah.
Which was a day ago.
One of the main reasons we wanted to do this whole project in the first place was because we were tired of the 10K budget constraint. We wanted to see a $100,000 Wistia video. It's not that we're fancy, it's just that we've produced so many videos at the 10K price point that we were sort of over it. We've shot in every corner of our office. We've ordered spandex onesies and model trains, wrote and sang full-on musicals. But sometimes it feels like we're just gonna run out of ideas and that the only thing that's gonna push us is more money.
Watching Sandwich do their thing got me to fall back in love with the $10,000 budget. They basically spent all the money on people, just more collaborators to elevate every aspect of the video. Now don't get me wrong, Trevor, Chris, and I work great together, but I think we tend to do what we know and just hope everything else isn't on fire. We could totally use our budget differently, because a few more eyes on our projects could have a huge impact on our output. We don't live in LA, but there's definitely production people who live here in Boston, and we don't know who they are yet, but they're out there, and we're gonna find them. We're gonna find them. For Sandwich, the larger story of this 1-10-100 series is actually a huge constraint on the $100,000 video. Normally with $100,000, the sky's the limit. But instead of coming up with a whole new creative concept, Sandwich chose to keep each video concept similar. That way it would help us showcase the difference in the budgets. The $100,000 video will essentially be an over-the-top version of the 10K. Sandwich will shoot with a full crew and the best gear, creating a video with a glossy, high-end commercial look where everything feels just a little too perfect.
There's this notion of the paradox of choice. When you come to any junction where you have to make decisions, you usually only get to make one decision. The brief to this project of making 3 separate videos allows us to make 3 decisions. And it's a gift, it's a huge opportunity for us. Not only because we get to do 3 cool separate projects, but because we get to try 3 different approaches to solving the same problem. And that's extremely exciting.
Okay, here's the one you've all been waiting for. Time for the $100,000 budget breakdown. $12,000 is being allocated to a 15-person crew for prep. This is just to get everything ready for the shoot day. $24,000 is reserved to pay for the crew on the day of the shoot. This covers a 12-hour day for, get this, 29 crew members. Holy smokes! An additional $8,100 is for fees associated with the crew, including payroll taxes and workman's compensation. All new line item, $10,000 is going to talent payroll, casting, and talent agency fees. $16,000 will pay for the shoot day equipment expenses, including equipment rentals, catering, and art rentals. $6,000 is being allocated towards location expenses, which includes crew parking, an LA City permit, and the building rental fee. Although they didn't need to get a permit for this space on the 1 or 10K shoots, this size crew might have attracted a bit more attention from the neighbors. An additional $500 will cover equipment and location insurance. And finally, $20,000 will be reserved for post-production expenses. This includes things like editing, motion graphics, sound mixing, music licensing, media storage, and a colorist.
Hi, I'm Dustin Harnish.
Hi, my name is Oscar Gubelman. I'll be reading the part of Adam.
And I'm reading for Adam.
I'm reading for Adam.
Yep, $100,000 means that Sandwich is afforded the luxury of working with actors. And since their office is only a short ride from the Hollywood sign, plenty of people submitted.
Soapbox is life.
Soapbox is life.
With Soapbox, I can soapbox my face using my laptop camera.
Before Soapbox, Claude's pitches were a little terrible.
You can use this incredible tool called Soapbox.
Can you change the player color? Yeah, you can. Can you embed a link with the touch of a button? Absolutely.
And as big of a town as LA can be, it's not too big for a small world moment.
Of course this would happen to me, that Adam reviews the different Claudes and chooses the one that I went to college with.
Soapbox is life. Soapbox is life.
Soapbox is life.
So it's like an extra level of embarrassment for me, just seeing this like elevated version of myself, who also I know, who's gonna tell all my friends.
When we're making videos at Wistia, we love to feature people who work at our company, but that most definitely comes with its downsides. People never know their lines.
Imagine your subject is here.
They get very nervous. And sometimes they'll take a phone call right in the middle of the shoot.
Yeah, it's today. All right, bye. Sorry.
The actors on the 100K video were legit. I mean, one actor saw that she was going to be playing a ukulele in the script, so she literally taught herself how to play ukulele.
Wait, so you don't know how to play ukulele?
Like I Googled the chords in the bathroom and I just practiced a little, but it's just one. That's it. You can do it.
2 days before the shoot, Sandwich HQ was like a tornado of pre-production.
Okay, so if you were to draw a graph and the y-axis was budget of shoot and the x-axis was amount of pre-production needed, there would be a line that looked like this. For the 1K video, super easy. I can go out with my iPhone, you know, shoot, record, I can put it in my edit that day. For a $100,000 shoot, you can't go and suddenly, you know, tear apart this office, get permits again, without spending an exorbitant amount of money. You just have to make sure that everything is planned to a T. Hey guys.
Oh, you did?
Should we get started? Hi.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, man?
Nice to see you.
Just like the 10K shoot, the 100K shoot had a tech scout, and yes, it was about $90,000 more elaborate.
So this entire office is going to be Sandwich Video, which is a little different from the 10K shoot where we were shooting in that area.
Yeah.
Predominantly, we're going to be shooting in here. Interior Sandwich Video office creative day. We begin with the ending of the 10K video. So at the end of the 10K video, that was the shot, and I can show you exactly the shot, but it was Adam in his corner, kind of looking this way.
The tech scout gave everyone the opportunity to get a feel for the space, ask questions, and take a bunch of notes they would share with the crew members in their department.
With the tech scout done, it was time to focus on the next part of production, transforming the Sandwich office with the power of a full-fledged art department.
Did someone say full-fledged art department? For the 100K shoot, Sandwich had enough money to go bananas on an art department. We're talking props, furniture, custom artwork, wall decals. And the crazy thing is, this entire office transformation happened in less than 12 hours. The main task for the art department was pretty much the same as it was for the other two videos. Just make everything look great in the frame. But for the 100K video, production design had a way more active role in the shoot than I expected. Before the shoot, the art department had to tear the Sandwich office apart and then rebuild the office as a movie set with some rental furniture, carpets, and office props. It was an incredible transition to see.
I'm Kelly, I'm the production designer. This is Jess, she's our lovely art director. We work with the location to kind of build the world that you're going to see in front of camera. So for this shoot, we're taking the $10,000 office and we're making it into a $100,000 office.
For these tacos, I got these kind of things that are just like catch-alls. Because they just, I think I got like 1 and 1 just because it was like something.
The hard work of the production designers and art department definitely paid off in the end. Okay, time to break down a shot.
Dream. Innovate. Visionate.
This is the epitome of production design. See this light? They bought it from IKEA and hung it just to be in the background. Remember these items? These were from the 10K video and they brought them in specifically to be in the scene. The soapbox poster on the wall was designed, printed, framed, and hung all for this video. Of course, a plant because, you know, plants. See this couch right out of frame? Notice how perfectly placed and fluffed that pillow is. And even this whole desk setup in the back of the frame. Every single one of these things were bought before the shoot and placed on purpose in this scene. All of these production design elements add up to making the set look so natural, you don't even notice that it's a set. But the thing that was really cool is how the extra budget for production design actually impacted the creative concept of the video. Something that makes people think, makes people feel. This moment in the video, posters and all, was written into the script. If it wasn't for the money in the budget, Sandwich wouldn't have had an art department, which means they probably wouldn't have written an idea for a scene that centered around custom posters. Constraints, or in this case, the lack of them, helped drive the creative ideas. That's very cool.
I am setting up the closets for the fittings today. We have it like divided by character. So this is real Adam, the owner of the company. This is the actor Adam, who'll be playing him. And then I think we have Claude, Lauren, and Jenny. It's quite colorful. We have a lot of options. I like to keep it diverse. It's good on me. It's really good.
At Wistia, we can't really provide wardrobe for people. We can't even go much further than saying, hey, like, could you wear something plain? But the clothes are in the shots and then they end up in the videos, which affects our brand. So it's just really cool to see wardrobe be taken so seriously.
Yeah, we don't think too much about wardrobe at Wistia, and it's gotten us into trouble before.
Hi, we're Wistia, a video hosting and marketing platform built for business.
One time, we ended up having to rotoscope Camille and paint out her shirt in post just to avoid getting the whole team back in for a reshoot. Great shirt, bad directing on our part.
So let's try it with a different jean. Okay. Just in case the holes might not work. So let's try it with this high-waisted, like plain one. No holes.
Seriously, what is actually happening right now?
Okay, so we're having a fitting, and they try stuff on, and then I get them hopefully magical looking, and hopefully we get approvals from client. That's the end goal. Let's try a different direction. Let's do this.
Alrighty.
And I feel like there's a slit in the front, so you definitely need pants. Try these pants.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, I'll try this on.
Okay. Okay, so this is what I had her in initially. And then we changed, if the slits are too much, then I changed it to, no, yeah, just to be safe, right?
Let's just try it.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
How's it feel to see yourself?
It hurts. No. I'm like so in the pre-pro mode now that like it's like any bit of comedy that's going to play tomorrow is just like somewhere else right now as I focus on getting this in a place that's good. Because right now, I'll tell you right now, the big struggle is we're going through our schedule and we're realizing just we need to move some stuff around and yeah. Sorry, that was a lot to dump on you.
Bring it on, I'm here. It's dark in LA.
It's early in LA. It's 5:50.
5:50, heading to the big shoot. $100,000.
Today's the day.
It's pretty early, haven't had coffee yet, so.
And you look green, bro.
When we got there that morning, it was clear immediately. This was not the $1,000 shoot, this was not the $10,000 shoot, this was definitely the $100,000 shoot.
Here's Chrissy. Say hi to the camera, Chris. There he is.
Doing a Zoom to the team back home.
The crew was huge. On the production team, we've got a producer, coordinator, office PA, and 3 set PAs. In the director department, there was our director Claude, a first AD, a second AD, and a key set PA. The grip and electric crew consists of a key grip, best boy.
You're my best boy.
You're my best boy. A grip and gaffer, and an electrician. Camera department crew has a director of photography, a first AC, and a second AC. For the art department, Sandwich is hiring a production designer, an art director, lead man, set director, and an art assistant. The sound department, believe it or not, is quite small, just 1 sound operator. To keep the talent looking good, there will be wardrobe, wardrobe's assistant, hair and makeup, and hair and makeup's assistant. Last but not least, Sandwich hired a set security officer to keep an eye on the gear as it's being loaded and unloaded on the street.
I'm always amazed when I come on set and there's like more than just me and 2 other people. I feel like all that stuff is hidden from me, and then I show up and there's like, what? There's a person whose job is specifically to like change the light bulb? Yeah. It's cool.
Am I misreading this situation, or are you like more in the zone on this shoot than you were in the other shoot?
I'm more in the zone, you're right. No, you're not misreading.
Okay, so these 2 lines.
One thing that you don't realize but can really bog down a set and make it a disaster are people's moods. And I always attribute a good set, like just a vibing set, to the mood of the AD, who in this case was Dawn. Dawn, who I love working with, is super positive. When we're behind, doesn't stress me out or stress the producers out.
Let's get everybody looking at the monitor. Is Adam 100%?
She's just thinking ahead, trying to figure out how we can make up time, but also just positive, and that makes the day go by so smooth. Smoothly?
Let's get everybody settled in. Picture will be soon. Awesome Dawn, AD.
Okay. What does an AD do?
An assistant director is the person who's in charge of safety and scheduling a set. So at the beginning of the job, director or the writer comes up with what the script is, and it's my job to take a look at the script, break it down, figure out who's in a scene, what like props it requires, what are the locations, and then to communicate that to the crew so that we make sure that we keep a very efficient schedule and we stay on time and on budget. All right, here we go. Quiet, please. Lock it up. And let's roll.
Speed.
Sounds good. Okay, everybody settle. Okay, here we go. And action.
Think, feel, dream, innovate, visionate, synergate. Swipe today, crush tomorrow with Wistia. From Soapbox. Opposite switched it around. Let's do that again.
One of the biggest differences on this 100K shoot was the camera. It was huge, and it took a crew of 3 people just to operate it and move it around. I spent a ton of time around video gear, and I gotta be honest, this thing was intimidating, even for me.
Oh, this is an Arri Amira, and it's configured for doc shooting. It has a lot of features that help you out with that, but it's great for commercials, super high-end camera, so we love it.
I was enamored with the Amira. So much so that I shot like 50 clips of just the camera, which would have been totally unusable unless we wrote this line in the script. I wanted to know more, so when we got back to Boston, I came here, Lens Pro to go. Lens Pro is my favorite video gear rental company. Although they're not far from the Wistia office here in Massachusetts, they'll ship production equipment anywhere in the US. They have everything. Red cameras, Sony cameras, small tripods, big tripods, camera stabilizers, strobe lights, cine lenses, and yes, the camera from the 100K shoot, the Arri Amira. All right, I'm here with Greg from Lens Pro. Greg, why did Sandwich shoot on the Arri Amira for the $100,000 video?
So the Arri Amira is basically a production standard in the industry for documentaries, commercials, basically anywhere people have the budget to use it.
What's the deal with the camera? Why are people going crazy over this Amira?
Well, it's a lot about the image quality. Arri's color science creates a really beautiful image. It shoots 4K UHD.
That's a nice to have.
There's about 14 stops of latitude or dynamic range.
That's a lot.
It has 12-bit color internally.
Oh, you gotta have that.
There's audio, SDI, all your accessory ports are built right into the unit.
Oh wow, that's sick.
You can do 200 frames a second in slow motion.
200 frames, really?
Could you please stop?
Sorry.
It has built-in internal ND filters. It uses CFast 2.0 cards instead of some sort of proprietary card. And then you have more lens mount options. So you have B4 broadcast lenses, PL or Canon EF, and overall it's just a really reliable camera. The last thing that you want is your camera to go down when you're on set.
Okay, let's do a camera comparison of the 3 models that were used across the 3 Sandwich videos. So for the 1K video, Claude used his iPhone X. The shot looks pretty clean, there's not much depth of field, so it's kind of flat. It's pretty contrasty, but overall, it's looking pretty good for a phone. The 10K video was shot with the Canon C300. Notice the color, the sharpness, the depth of field. It's feeling more cinematic. And for the $100,000 video, Megan shot with the ARRI Amira. Let's take a look. Now this is a camera. Notice how sharp Trevor looks. Trevor's color is more vibrant. Trevor looks phenomenal.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome, buddy.
You gotta pick it up, dog. You just gotta go.
Megan isn't just putting this giant camera on a tripod. No siree. A big part of the 100K video is camera motion.
But my absolute favorite thing about Soapbox, it's hard to choose.
Are you seeing all that motion? To pull off this effect, Megan had a bunch of specialized video gear and a whole team of people dedicated to moving the camera.
This is the 10K video, and here's the 100K. 10K, 1K, 100K.
Innovate, visionate, Cinegrate. With Soapbox by Wistia, the easiest way to make a great video.
Every time I show up on a big shoot and I look in the monitor and I see the actor lit well, I'm always like, oh wow, this all worked. This is cool. How did this happen?
Looks like a sandwich video, who knew?
The lighting gear and the small town of people dedicated to it was remarkable to see.
Big lights, small lights, HMIs, tiny LED things that you could put in random places.
With $100,000, Sandwich had full control to make any shot look any way they wanted, including turning night into day.
So we're doing what's called a day for night, we're doing a night for day.
No, this is night for day. Night for day.
So we're doing something called a night for day. It's night out now, but our scene takes place during a sunny Sandwich video office day. So we are currently taking a bunch of lights and we're about to shoot, but we're trying to make it look like day. Usually we'll use lights that are cooler in temperature, which simulates the daylight. Okay, I gotta go.
Every time they're ready to roll, it happens like so fast. It's like they're working, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, ready to roll. It's kind of cool. It's very cool.
Do we need gaff? Does anyone need gaff?
This is okay.
Oh, there you go. I just have to wait.
Did you just catch that? Let's watch it again.
We need gaff.
We've got 3 people working on gaff taping an iPhone to a laptop. Then when they needed more tape, this guy came out of nowhere. If there's a job to do, there's a person on it. There's someone dedicated to the schedule, keeping the shot in focus, maintaining continuity, making sure that you don't trip a breaker, Tempranilla, swapping out lenses. There's even someone softening footsteps with a carpet.
Is it creaky?
It's not creaky, it's just his boots are kind of stompy.
You see that?
I got that. It's great.
All of these people add up to a way higher quality video, but it also means they gotta get it done. You can't get all these people back here for a reshoot. That would be way too expensive.
We are running low on time, so what you do, first thing you do, is you combine shots. Find where you can take this part of the scene and this part of the scene, and can you shoot it all at once? Creatively, it can kind of suck, especially in the edit, but if that means making your day, you have to do it. So even expensive videos, you have to make compromises. There's no such thing as no compromise, unless you have, I guess, unlimited money. Then the only compromise is, I don't know, something funny that I can't think of right now.
With $100,000, Sandwich had way more room to be creative when they were writing and planning the video. But when it came time for the shoot, there just wasn't as much creative exploration as we saw on the 1K or the 10K. They had to stick to the script, stick to the schedule, and just hope they got it done before we all passed out.
What time is it? Looks like it says 9:12. We're almost there.
Almost there.
This is the one, I can feel it. Here we go, everybody, this is it. Woo! Ow!
And action.
Something that makes people think, makes people feel. Sure, you could hire a fancy company like this one.
Great. That was it.
With With the 100K video, Sandwich has one day to get everything they need, and it's a long day. And as the night wore on and the crew entered into their 15th hour of production, people started to get a little loopy.
Clearly, I've gone unhinged now that we're on hour, I don't know what hour we're at.
I'm Stiffy.
But everyone was having a good time. In an earlier episode, we talked about what an amazing network of creatives Sandwich has built. It's clear that in moments like this, late nights wrapping up a shoot, these creative partnerships are strengthened.
And cut. And
no applause.
Very quietly, as we just snap, thank you very much for a great day. That's a wrap. We are wrapped.
On the $100,000 shoot, when we wrapped after that marathon of a day, oh my God, you feel like you can do anything after that, which was awesome.
I think there's always the joke of like, oh, we'll fix it in post. And then I think the difference at Sandwich is, you know, we're not just fixing it in post, we're trying to make it better in post. And so at Sandwich especially, since we get to spend so much time in post, you know, there is a big portion of the video that isn't finished until we get our hands on it and finesse it into something good.
Great. You just tell them just real quick to quiet down.
Yeah.
You just tell them. We can fix that in front of
Yeah, it's probably fine.
So we're trying to do an interview about post-production, and funny enough, there is a street getting repaved in the back that we'll never be able to fix in post.
Hi guys, here I am. All right, so let's get into it. The 100K soapbox video. Here it is in Adobe Premiere, our editor of choice. You might notice that this is cut 73. That's right, we've had 73 versions of this cut. We had some challenges along the way, both in production and in post-production, that really made us rethink this edit and also kind of kill some of our darlings, right? Some of our favorite sequences that we thought were really funny, just bogged the whole thing down. Some of the things that we shot just didn't really make sense. So this is a sneak peek, never before seen footage, and Adam will probably kill me for showing it.
Someone's in here.
Oh.
But my absolute favorite thing about Soapbox? It's hard to choose, but it's definitely... Oh, hey dudes. Did you see my latest Soapbox?
Yeah, it made me think. And it made me feel.
Oh no,
Stop. Anyway, so you can see, it's a funny scene, just really, I don't know how long that is, like 20 seconds or something. It was way too long, and so we ultimately had to cut it.
Killing your darlings. Cutting ideas that you initially love, but actually end up hurting your end product. Oh yes, we've been there all right. Bum, bum, bum.
If you're a business vid.
Hello there. I'm Thule the Toolbox.
It's interesting to see that even at the highest of budget levels, some things just won't end up working. You'd think that big budget video would be immune to these sort of scripting creative challenges, but even though the stakes are higher, some things are exactly the same.
Yeah, let's talk about color in the 100K video. So let's look at this first shot, right? There's a lot of color going on here. We have this bright shirt that you see Adam wearing in the 10K video, right? We were trying to recreate that 10K set. We have this colorful sign right here. We have this key light coming in from the side window that also provides a little bit of a little bit of an emphasis and a hair light right here. So let's look at what he looked like before we did applied color. That's right. So this is the raw footage, right?
Whoa, the color of the raw footage is drastically different than the finished product. That's because Megan was shooting in what's called a flat color profile. This lets Sandwich take advantage of the full range of the Arri Mira's powerful sensor. When you shoot with a flat color profile, the footage comes out of the camera lacking a sort of turnkey color treatment, but it captures more image information, which gives the colorist way more editing flexibility.
And so by adding back some of the color, it starts to look pretty good. Now, this was just our final color. We actually had a middle color too, which is this, and you can actually see the difference right here. So a couple things. One, of course, sandwich sign, we added in. Another thing,
when you kind of brighten up his face a bit, you can get some nice warmth here, which is really nice. You get that nice blue light from outside. You can see we lighten this whole area up so that your eye kind of focuses here. We darken this area so that it's not just like one solid white object behind Adam. Color can make or break a shot in a video.
And something that can make or break an entire video is music. That's right. The 100K video had a custom composed orchestral score. A good score can control the emotion in every moment of a video, and that's exactly what the 100K music did.
Because there are no limits.
Soapbox is life.
Before Soapbox, Cloud's pitches were a little terrible.
As you watch the 100K Soapbox video, pay attention to the music. Every swell, every crescendo, every modulation was placed there on purpose by the composer.
Motion graphics, how do they differ from the 10K and the 100K, right? We have more money to put towards motion graphics. And there's some really cool comps in this project, some really cool motion graphics. So I love this, right, where we have it going up, and you can actually see the kind of glassy texture that distorts what you're seeing behind it. And in this thing, again, you have this really cool glass pane that it's just so cool to look at. Let's see it. Look at that. That's so cool.
While many fundamentals carried across all 3 budget levels, $100,000 really let Sandwich's post team shine. Beautiful color, custom music, and dazzling motion graphics that helped visually explain Soapbox. All right, let's watch this thing.
Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for. Here it is, the $100,000 Soapbox video.
And cut. I'm Adam. I run a little company called Sandwich Video. We make commercials like this one. Action!
Let's say you need to make a video.
And cut.
Something that makes people think, makes people feel. Sure, you could hire a fancy company like this one. Or you could use this incredible tool called Soapbox. What's Soapbox? Glad you asked.
Soapbox is an app that lets you record your webcam and your screen simultaneously. This is Claude. Claude is making a pitch for one of our revolutionary clients. It's perfect for making a demo, a tutorial, music video, anything. The sky used to be the limit, but now it's not. Because there are no limits. Soapbox is life.
Before Soapbox, Cloud's pitches were a little terrible. But now they make me think. They make me feel.
Okay, so here's our idea for Thrift Cat. We love your idea for Yodelbox. Hi, Squandle. Skippity whoop goop.
Once you've got your footage, you can choose exactly what will appear and when. You can easily show just your face, just your screen, or both at the same time. And you can totally customize a video. Change the player color, choose a thumbnail, add a link at the end.
Now that you've got a kick-butt video, check your stats and expand your consciousness in the activity feed. Soapbox tells you exactly when someone watched it, how much they watched, and if they clicked the link. Think, feel, dream. Innovate, visionate, Cinegrate. With Soapbox by Wistia. The easiest way to make a great video. Too close. Too close. Cut.
Crazy how much different the 100,000 is from the other two.
I love the motion graphics.
The music, the polish, it was outstanding. We need those posters in our office right now.
We've been making videos for Wistia for over 7 years. And to suddenly see a video of this caliber for your brand, it's amazing. The sharper shots, the perfect lighting, the camera motion, the slick animations. All of this shine and polish definitely elevates Soapbox as a brand. It's like it's wearing a fur coat or something, but it's weird. In the end, no matter how much money you spend, you're left with a video about a product. Walden Pond. A magnificent scene famous for inspiring Henry David Thoreau's most famous work. This kettle hole lake, located only 20 miles from downtown Boston, was formed by retreating glaciers over 10,000 years ago. So why are we here? Because much like Thoreau, we needed to think.
You see, it's been 6 months since we first walked into Sandwich HQ, and the amount that we have learned through the 1-10-100 experiment is sincerely overwhelming. And while we'd love to share everything, we can't, because this video is already getting a little long. Sure, if we cut this whole Walden Pond reflection gag, we could have shaved off a cool 45 seconds and made the ending even snappier, but that's just not how we do it. All right, let's wrap it up. Yeah, I'd say it's about that time.
Okay, here's what we learned. Invest in a creative person. If you're ready to start making videos, find a creative person who understands the entire video creation process. You know, if you look at these videos backwards, right? 100K, 10K, 1K. As the production budgets get smaller, the one common denominator is Claude. That's because the most integral part to a great video is creativity. Yes, an investment in a creative person will cost some real money, but the dividends will continue to pay off for your business.
And after you've invested in a creative person, invest in creative people. While Claude can do a heck of a lot on his own, his strength truly lies in directing. More specialized people meant more creative perspectives, and this project taught us that more creative hands on deck quickly increases the quality of a video. So if you're looking to amp up your next project, amp up the team that's behind it.
If you can't spend money, spend time. Let's get real here. If you have $1,000, you cannot afford an agency like Sandwich Video. You're gonna be making this video yourself, and that's okay. Search the internet for DIY video tips and hang a picture of Claude on your wall for inspiration. Although he has years of experience with making video, nothing he did was technically that hard to pull off. Your first video might not be Claude quality, but you'll find your groove, and in time, we'll improve.
Video gear has diminishing returns. Yes, the $100,000 video looks the best, no questions asked, without a doubt. But with that said, the jump from 1,000 to 10,000 is still far more substantial than 10,000 to 100,000. Let's take the people out of the equation. Going from an iPhone with no lighting in the 1K video to a C300 and a basic lighting package in the 10K was a monumental improvement. And while the camera motion and more advanced lighting for the 100K video was a significant improvement, it just wasn't as significant. Your money is better off spent on people.
And finally, the biggest lesson of all, whether it's more people, more money, or more time, invest in creativity. Before this project, we thought we had made every possible video we could make for Wistia. And we wanted to find out, if we had more money, would we have better ideas?
Sure, just by watching Sandwich produce 3 amazing videos, we learned a ton. We learned technical things about diffusion paper and wireless focus pullers. We got to shadow amazing directors and animators, and even workshop video scripts with the Adam Lizagore. But creating this 1-10-100 series, that ended up being the biggest and most challenging project of our careers.
We've never made a video longer than 10 minutes, let alone an episodic series that's well over an hour. But in order to do that, Wistia invested in us. They gave us the gift of time. They allowed us to shift off our day-to-day work promoting the products in an attempt to make something more substantial for the brand.
All right, Daniel.
Yeah.
Give me the rundown. Where are we at in this process?
Well, we have, from our memory, we first started outlining some bigger themes that we wanted to cover.
There was a lot we had to figure out, like long-form scripting and story arcs, how to work with a colorist, how to manage hours and terabytes of 4K footage, scoring and mixing and mastering. The learning curve was way steeper than we expected, and the scope just kept growing.
We missed deadlines. We had to communicate to everyone why we messed up.
We hit a snag, and it's making us realize that we are not going to hit our June 25th targeted launch date.
But our teammates encouraged us and told us to keep going. They gave us the time we needed to problem solve and supported us every step of the way.
So, do we have more ideas? Yes, we have tons and tons of ideas. 110-100 has fundamentally changed the way that we think about our brand, our ability as creators, and the type of content we're gonna make moving forward. And truthfully, we didn't set out to do any of that.
So whether you have $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000 in your budget, take a risk. Push yourself way out of your comfort zone. Make mistakes, bite off way more than you can chew. And whether it's new people, more money, or more time, find a way to invest in creativity. Find a way to invest in creativity. Find a way to invest in creativity.
And now, this is what really happened at Walden Pond.
Alright, I think we have plenty of drone footage. Wow.
Uh-oh.
What's happening? Oh no.
So, looks like we're gonna have to find another way to the outro of this whole series. Because I don't think we can expense any more money.
There it is.
Holy sh! What? How on earth do you think the memory card's okay?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Alright, he's going in. I can't believe you just looked at who was there.
Well, I knew because this tree was sticking out the most.
Yeah, that's a good call. Alright, he's going in. Think it's destroyed? What do you got?
Got some damp rid, got some big bags. We're gonna dry this drone out. Okay.
Wanna take it out?
No, 48 hours.
Well, you're no help. So, here we are in the Wistia studio. Don't mind the pile.
It's a week later.
It's a week later. Today's my bar mitzvah birthday. Wish me a happy bar mitzvah birthday.
Mazel, happy birthday. I'm nervous, I'm like shaking.
No, just put it in. Oh, wait, is that normal? Is it? That little... Oh, Lenny does not like it. Here we go. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Cannot take off. ESC status.
Well, little buddy, you had a good run. And we saved the footage, but...
This is the Mavic 2 signing off.
So, should we buy another one?
Yes. All right. Thank you very much for watching 110-100 on VHS. Slip it back into the dust jacket here. Hope you enjoyed that as much as we did here. Shout out to Dave Sizemore for this jacket layout. This thing is sweet. It's a little overexposed, but hey, you get the idea. All right, take care. Bye now.